So that's the next question that we are having. Show that the semi-vertical angle of a cone of maximum volume and of given slant height is tan inverse of root 2. Again, we have to use the high school formula to solve this one. So let us try to see how to exactly solve this one. So first let us try to draw the cone and see what is the slant height. I hope do you remember the basic formulas that you have studied in high school. If not, you have to remember this one if you want to solve this problem. So let me draw the cone. So this is the cone that we are having. And slant height here is given. Slant height, we'll take it as L. The height is, let me take that height as H. And what is the angle that is made over here? Let the angle be theta, right? So what will be the height of the cone? H value you have to calculate. And also, if you try to observe, the bottom of this cone is a circle. So this is a circle from this point to this point, we'll be getting the radius R. So if I'm taking this as say A, this is B, and this is C, will it give us the right angle triangle? So therefore, theta in front of theta, this side which is there is called as the opposite side. And this side is called as the hypotenuse side. And this side which is there is called as the adjacent side. If that is the case, now we can find out the value of sine theta and cos theta. So let us try to see what is cos theta value. Cos theta, the basic definition of cos theta will be adjacent by hypotenuse. So what is the adjacent value? Adjacent value represents h. And what is the hypotenuse value? Slant height, L. So therefore we have got cos theta to be equals to h by L. Or if I cross multiply that L on the other side, we'll be getting L cos theta is equals to h. Therefore we have got h height to be L cos theta. Height has been obtained. Height is obtained in the form of slant height. Similarly, I'll try to obtain radius also in terms of slant height. So how to get radius? Radius represents opposite, and opposite comes in sine theta. So therefore, we'll go for sine theta. So sine theta will be what? Opposite by hypotenuse. What is opposite? Opposite represents the radius r. Hypotenuse is again the slant height L. Therefore, we have got sine theta will be equals to r by L, or cross multiply, it becomes L sine theta will be equals to x. L sine theta will be equals to r. Therefore, we have got the value of r to be equals to L sine theta. So both the height as well as the radius has been obtained in terms of the slant height, right? So once you obtain these two values, then we'll go for, he is asking us what, and the reason why we have taken the semi-vertical angle, you can see here, he has given a clue why we have to take theta, semi-vertical angle. So this angle, the whole angle, if I'm taking the whole cone will be the full angle, right? If I'm taking only the half, it becomes a semi-vertical angle. Therefore, I'm taking the right angle triangle because of what is given in the question itself. So he has given the clue there. That's the reason why you have taken only that semi-vertical angle there. So the basic formula that you're having for the volume of the cone is 1 by 3. 1 by 3, it is pi r square h. That's the volume of the cone. So can you see, because the volume of the cone has r and h, we obtain the value of h and r over here. H is obtained as well as the value of r is also obtained. Let me take the volume to be V and plug in the values of R and H. Substitute R and H in the volume V. So volume, I'll take it as V, 1 by 3 pi R. So what is the value of R? It is L sine theta whole square. So this is R square. H, what is H? Without square, it is L cos theta. L cos theta is L cos theta. Now let's try to simplify this one. 1 by 3 pi. L square will be getting, and sine is also squared. We'll be getting sine square of theta. Over here, L into cos theta. Or further, if you try to simplify, it is 1 by 3 pi. L square into L will give you L cube. You are having sine square theta into cos theta. So that's the value you are having. Theta should be equals to tan inverse of root 2. So therefore, we have to show that. To show that theta is equals to tan inverse of root 2. Or if I take tan inverse on the other side, it will be tan theta is equals to root 2. Tan inverse, if I am taking on this side, the possibility that this value can be either positive or it can be negative. So two possibilities are there. Tan theta, if I am taking this value on this side, will be plus or minus root 2 is equals to 0. So two possibilities. One will be tan theta plus root 2. One possibility will be there, and tan theta minus of root 2 will be another possibilities. So two possibilities are there over here. Now if I try to plug in this value back over here, in this case, volume along with this value which is there. So to show that, I'll try to differentiate this one and try to get this value of tan theta value as tan inverse of root 2. So I need to differentiate this one. Let us try to differentiate this. So differentiate equation number 1 with respect to theta. So dv by d theta is equals to 1 by 3, what you're having there, pi L cube as it is, pi L cube as it is. Now I need to differentiate this one. You're having sine square theta into cos theta. Sine square theta into cos square theta. Because you're having sine square theta into cos theta, what has to be done is you have to use the product rule over here. Let us use the product rule. So if we try to use the product rule, sine square theta is as it is. Sine square theta as it is, I'll try to differentiate cos theta. So if I try to differentiate cos theta, I'll be getting the value as minus sine theta. Minus of sine theta. Plus retaining cos theta as it is. What I'll try to do is, I'll try to differentiate this sine square theta. So sine square theta will be nothing but 2 sine theta into cos theta. 2 sine theta into cos theta. So product rule is complete. Now further, if you try to simplify this one, this will be equals to 1 by 3 pi r L cube it is. So minus sine square theta into sine theta will give you sine cube theta. Plus it is 2 times of what you're having over here, sine theta into, you'll be having cos square of theta. But now I have to equate this to 0. I have to make this as equals to 0. So to make this as equals to 0, let us further try to simplify this one. So if we try to simplify this one, in that case, you will be getting, consider dv by d theta is equals to 0. So that becomes 1 by 3 pi L cube. It is minus of sine cube of theta plus 2 times of sine theta into cos square of theta is equals to 0. You try to equate this. This whole value will go on the other side and it becomes equals to 0. And from these two values, I can just take what is common? Sine theta as common. I'll be taking sine theta as common from here. If I take sine theta as common, I'll be left out with minus sine square of theta over here plus 2 times of cos square of theta. So further I can equate sine theta to be 0 and minus sine square theta plus 2 cos square theta is equals to 0. Or if I send this minus 2 on the other side, then minus sine square theta will be equals to minus 2 cos square of theta. And minus will get cancelled over here. So you'll be left out with sine square of theta. Cross multiply that. It is divided by cos square of theta is equals to 2. Sine square theta by cos square theta will give you tan square theta is equals to 2. Therefore, we'll be getting tan theta will be what? Plus or minus root 2 is equals to plus root 2. One value, and tan theta is equals to what? Minus of root 2. So maximum is maximum volume. Therefore, once again, I need to differentiate that dv by d theta value. So where you have got dv by d theta? dv by d theta we have got here. This one. Further, I have to simplify this one. Let me take this as, I think previous equation I have taken as 1. I'll take this as equation number 2. Differentiate equation number 2 with respect to theta. So I'll be getting d square v by d theta square is equals to, you try to differentiate that one. What is there? 1 by 3 pi L cube will be as it is. 1 by 3 pi L cube will be as it is, minus. Here sine cube is there. It is like x cube. Sine cube value will be 3 sine square theta. 3 sine square theta into sine theta differentiation will give you cos theta plus first term differentiation is over plus 2 sine theta into cos square theta. You have to use the product rule over here. So sine theta as it is, cos square theta will give you 2 cos theta into differentiation of cos theta will be minus sine theta. So it is u into v dash, right, plus v into u dash. Now keeping 2 cos square theta as it is, 2 cos square theta as it is, differentiate sine theta will be cos theta. So the product rule is complete over here. Now this 1 by 3 pi L cube will be as it is. Now try to simplify this. Minus 3 sine square theta into cos theta. This plus into minus will be minus 2 times of 2 will be 4. You'll be getting sine square theta into cos theta plus it is 2 cos square theta into cos will be cos cube of theta. But these two values are the same, right? Sine square theta, cos theta, and these values. I can just club them and write down. It is minus 3 minus 4 will give minus 7 sine square theta into cos theta. And it is plus 2 cos cube of theta. Now we have to check if it is maximum, this should be a positive value, right? It should be a positive value. And for that, we have to check what are the range for sine theta and what are the range for cos theta values. Sine square theta, because square value is there, therefore it will be a positive value. And cos theta, which is there, depends upon if you want to get a positive value over here. If this is positive, if cos is positive, you'll be getting a negative value here. Positive into negative will be negative value. And cos, if you're taking positive value over here, positive value will be getting. So let us try to see what are the possibilities that you'll be getting here. Sine theta, then you're having cos theta, right? These both are positive. What will happen to this minus 7 sine square theta cos theta plus 2 cos cube theta? What happens? We'll try to see. This is positive. This is positive. This is also positive. Everything is positive. This is a negative value, right? This value will be a negative value because of the negative sign there. Getting it? Because minus 7, which is there, and plus 2 you're having. So minus 7 plus 2, greater number 7 is having negative sign, therefore we'll be getting negative over here. Suppose if this is positive, this is negative. In that case, what happens? Let us again try to check over here. Sine is positive. So this is a positive value. Cos is negative. Cos is again a negative value over here. So negative of negative will be positive. So therefore we'll be getting a positive value here. So in that way, you can just go on checking for different possibilities, but we'll try to take the first case where it is negative for maximum. So for maximum, what are the conditions? Sine and cos should be positive value. If sine and cos are positive value, what will happen to this d square v by d theta square? This becomes negative. If this is negative, what will be v? V is maximum. So for v to be maximum, what should be sine? Sine should be positive and cos should be positive. In that case, v will become maximum. So if v is maximum, let us come back to this value of here. That means sine is a positive value we are taking. Cos is also a positive. Both are positive value. Both are positive value. We are arriving at this particular result over here. It should be a positive value, right? Therefore, so to get a positive value, you have to go for only a positive value. Here, this is a positive value. Tan theta will be what? Root 2. So tan theta to be equals to what? Root of 2. Therefore, theta will be what? Tan goes on this side. It becomes tan inverse of root 2. So hence that is required solution.